everybody. Welcome to Divine School of Magic. We are on week number 6, and we're not going to prolong the time. We're going to get right into it. I am so excited that you've made it thus far, and I hope that you learned something, that you laughed, and that this has been a great experience. I always want Spirit to use me in a phenomenal way. You know what I'm saying? When you are destined to do something and to help people, it doesn't have to be daunting. It doesn't have to be boring. You can have fun while you're doing it and also learn and be empowered as well. And so this is what the Divine School of Magic is all about. You stepping into your total power unapologetically. This is what this is about. You should have by now gain more confidence, gain more knowledge, and have a good idea where you want to go in this. Either you're in or you're out. And either way you choose, it's okay. Because this is your journey, this is your life. You took these classes for a specific reason. And maybe you were in the crossroads, okay? Should I pursue this, you know, or should I not? Maybe you had in your mind that I need to get better at this because I love this. Wherever you were before you started these classes and wherever you are now is your life, your journey. But I do want to say, if you feel like this is not for you, please finish the course. Please. Okay? You have 2 more weeks, 2 more classes after this. Finish the course and then consult with Spirit what you need to do. Okay? And even after that, the Spirit said otherwise. If you feel otherwise, at least you took the entire course. And my job is done. I'm just here to give you the information. You know, my job is done. And so if you feel like, okay, thank you, Tiyi, thank you for the class, thank you for the knowledge, but I'm done. Just let me know. But I feel like maybe it's just me. Okay, I feel like you're gonna stick with it. Okay, there's no way you can learn this stuff and want to go back to that. Just saying. Even if you say I don't want no more, something gonna pop up when you gonna want to try some magic. I don't care if it's a light, a candle, some incense or something. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, but whatever you decide to do, stay in contact. All right, let me know how you doing. We'll move forward. Okay, I don't know why I gave the whole speech, but I just want y'all to know, whatever you decide, wherever you decide to go, it's all good. It's your life. It's your journey. Let's bring everything together on one accord. We're going to be talking about attracting and banishing. This is going to be good. I'm excited. All right. Let's breathe. Woo, let's breathe. Let's do this 3 times. Breathe in 1. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale deep and exhale long. Inhale. Exhale. Mm. Let's begin. Talking about attracting and banishing. It is what it is when it comes to the definition of those 2 words. This is very important when you are performing magic. That is the first question that you need to ask yourself when you want to do spell work. Are you trying to attract something or are you trying to banish something? Okay, you must be clear on that. That can't be something you're up in the air about, because if you don't know exactly where you are with that particular spell can be a flop. All right. And we don't want to waste time. We don't want to waste energy. We don't want to waste product. I don't know about you. I like to go in and get it done, honey. Okay, get it done. I ain't trying to waste nothing. And I'm trying to see results quick. So if I'm kind of flip flop about something, I need to sit with spirit and know exactly what I want to do with that spell work. And this usually happens when it comes to love and romance. When we're upset with our significant other, please be mindful of this when doing cord cutting. I found that out early on. People would be mad and upset with their significant other. And, in that moment, they contact me. I need a cord cutting. I'm tired of this. And you just in your emotion. And you love that man. Okay, men, I haven't had any men come to me yet, but it's usually women. And honey, calm down. Tell your clients, okay? Tell your new people, if you're going to do this for your job, okay? Tell your people, baby, sit with that emotion and then come back. Tell them, I usually tell them 24 hours. Sit with it for 2 days and then come back to me. And we're going to talk about it to make sure that you want to do this cord cutting. Because when you do a cord cutting, baby, it's no turning back. It gets real crazy real fast and you get results. That cord cutting is no joke. All right. And be mindful of that for yourself. I've never done a cord cutting as far as relationship for myself. I think I did a cord cutting. I'm thinking about doing a cord cutting. Bring it back to me, spirit. From poverty. I don't want to be attached to poverty, negativity, none of that. You can do a cord cutting for that. But when it comes to relationships, you have to know what is it that they want to do. What is it they're trying to do? Okay, because some people think they want to banish the love, but really they want things to change. They want things to heal. They want to banish the negativity and attract more love and romance and understanding. They're just hurt. They're in their feeling. So be really, really careful with the cord cutting. I can't stress that enough. One thing that I wouldn't even think about if somebody's going through abuse. They're going through abuse, honey, and I'm laughing because the way I'm going to tell y'all how to handle it. They're going through abuse and they want to cord cut it. Baby, do it before they change their mind. It's real. Do that before they change their mind, because we don't want nobody to lose their life, and none of us deserve to be abused. Okay? Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Honey, they come to you and they're going through any type of abuse, do it before they change their mind. That's the way I see it. And tell them, be real. Say, I'm going to do this before you change your mind. Be real with your client. Don't sugarcoat with them. And we're still talking about attracting and banishing. Be real with them. I'm real with my clients. Okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat you. This is your life. We're about to change the course of this situation. We're about to manipulate some things in the spirit so you can have or not have. So you can have peace. Okay? And some people may come to you, they may want a little war. This ain't nothing to tamper with. So when it comes to attracting and banishing, make sure you know what's the best remedy. I like to call magic. It's a remedy. What's the best remedy, best spell work, best direction you need to go for that situation, for that individual, even for yourself. Okay? So let's define attractive. That means to pull or draw something or someone towards you. Usually when you think about attracting, it's a good thing. Okay? When it comes to spell work. I want to attract more money. I want to attract a better job. I want to, attract the ideal lover. I want to attract more hot, heated sex. Whatever. It's a good thing. So when you think about banishing, you're sending that away. You're sending it far, far away, never to return. So the definitions in itself should spark an emotion in you. Okay, when I say attracting, please put this down below the video. Let me know what you felt. When I say attracting, in the essence of magic, what do you feel? Okay, I want to attract more money. It makes me feel like, ooh, yes. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel a little woozy, like, yes, yes, I want to attract that. Okay, and banishing, that makes you say, woo. You see, you feel an immediate resistance. Banish, attract. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we can't get caught up when people are emotional and mad at their significant other. We have to be wise in doing our craft and taking care of our clients. Okay? So when it comes to attracting and banishing, the next thing, once you decide what you're going to do, what are the tools that you're going to need? What are the spiritual tools that you're going to need? We learned a lot in the prior weeks. So by now you should be getting a little comfortable with what tools that you may need for your spell work. Okay. First thing to go with is what is it that you like to do? Y'all know I'm in love with candle magic because I like candles. I like color. We have color magic. I like herbs because I worked with herbs for a long time. So those things come easily to me. And you may be brand new to this, but something that you've been learning has been calling out to you. Even the things I haven't mentioned, you may have went and researched and looked up some things, and there's some things out there that's calling your name. Okay? And that could be your area of expertise. Okay? You may be an expert tarot card reader. You may be an expert crystal ball reader. You may be an expert oracle card reader and bones. You may throw bones. You may do runes. It's so much out there. Okay? And these things that's calling you is because it's already in you to learn and to perfect this type of craft. Okay? So, thinking about attracting and banishing, think about the spell work and how you want to carry this forth. All right? What I love about magic and using spiritual tools, now let me say this. Side note, we don't need, and I think I said this before, we don't need the tools. They just serve as the physical manifestation of seeing the magic work. Because magic is here and here and here. Okay? Because you got to believe that it's going to work before you even put the intention into the tool. Before you even flip the tarot card. Before you even light the candle. Before you even throw the bones or the runes. You got to know right here that you are a powerful being. You got to know right here that when you speak it, it's going to come to pass. You got to know when you start to moving your hands or putting the herbs right here and the oil right there and chanting and praying in tongues or speaking over it, you got to know that it's coming out of here and that whatever you set your mind to do for your client, for yourself, magically, it's going to manifest. So we don't need this. Okay? It's just to assist you and to provide a visual of what's happening in the spirit. Period. And so when clients come to you, they're in an uproar, right? They can't even see it. They upset, you know, they're second guessing. They don't have the faith. They're in pain, whatever that situation is. Okay? It is your job to give them the confidence. They're going to hear you talk about it. That's going to start adding to their faith. Okay? As a hoodoo practitioner, as a witch, as a shaman, as a healer, wherever you call yourself, it is our job to stir up that energy in them to help them believe. Ha! My goodness. Because two, right, is better than one. So not only are you doing the spell work, you're going to help them believe. You're going to give them hope. You're going to inspire them. So that those energies, your energy and your client energy coming together, shit is going to get done. Guaranteed. So there's a lot going on in a twinkling of an eye. So your client is thinking, oh, I'm just having a consultation and let her know. No, I'm giving you that energy. Somebody come to you like, I just, I've been through a bad relationship and it was really rough on me and I didn't have the confidence to go back out and date again. Can you do a love spell? I just met someone. Yes, I can do this for you. Let me tell you, Spirit start giving you wisdom, honey. You start just pricking at their heart with your words, and they get the feeling like, yeah, this can happen. I do deserve it. You could just speak to them, speak life into them, and the next thing you know, that energy is stirring even before you do the spell work. So now they're excited, they're in a place of expectation, and they know that it's going to happen for them because you had your consultation with them and you spoke life into them. Okay? So again, we don't need this, but we use it so that the clients can see the power of the spoken word, the power of their faith, and it just all comes together as magic. And tools, another reason for tools that I like coming out of the Christian faith is that, people could, prophesy. Those of you that know about prophecy and things like that, people can prophesy, but you have no way of really confirming if what they're saying is true. Yeah, we may feel the spirit. We're learning now that's energy. If somebody has a fiery energy, if they have a persuasive energy, you're going to feel the spirit. They can even lay you out and they can still be a lying-ass prophet. But let me tell you something, honey. When it comes to divination tools, they don't lie. What is something I told all of you, okay? I think I told all of you that's watching. Listen, cards don't lie. And even if I didn't teach you, somebody told you that. You learned that these tarot cards, they don't lie. Okay? Because they going to flip out. You going to see me manipulating this, they going to flip out. Okay? They don't lie. I could lie to you all day. But, honey, I get to flipping these cards and you're going to, oh, no. That's the truth right there. That's why I love the tools. And then if you're not too sure about something and you're working with a tool, it'll bring clarity like that. That's why I love it. I'm about to light incense, y'all. So we don't need anything. We just use it to confirm and to assist. Okay? Let me say this another way. Let me turn those words on. We use the spiritual tools of divination to assist us as the readers, as the shaman, as the healers, whatever you call yourself, to assist us, okay, what we're getting in the spirit realm, and then it confirms. Y'all, none of this is written down. Spirit is teaching us today. Woo! I love it here. Y'all, work with me. I'm trying to find my lighter. I'm excited. This is really good. Okay, so that's how you would choose. What tool, what spiritual tool you're going to use for that particular spell work. Okay. Also, I want to encourage you to look it up online. Different types of divination. It's a whole lot, y'all. Some of them you're going to be like, what the heck is that? And if something jumps out at you, if it catches your eye, go research. It just may be a form of divination that you're going to use that's going to bless your life and your family, your client's life, you know? So this right here, I'm excited because, honey, I'm like, don't mess with me. When I got a whiff of this, I was like, okay, spirit, ain't no stopping me. What? This is a little sneak peek into my hoodoo class. Y'all getting this in the School of Magic. Okay. Believe in karma or no? We got a lot of people talking about just operate in the light. Operate in the light. If you do something, it's gonna come back on you. Blah blah blah. Well, what really is good and evil? Do we really know what good and evil? Because something that I think is good, you may think is evil. Something you may think is evil, okay, I may think is good. So who really knows? It's all according to perception. Okay? Now, when we get to moral standards, that's different. Okay? How you were raised and what you believe and how your parents view things. That's how we come into the knowledge of the truth of who we are. We are truly a product of our environment. It's just up to us what we do with that. Okay? We are really that. We don't have to act on that. This is what I'm saying. You could have grown up in an abusive environment, alcohol, drugs, and all of that. You're a product of that, right? You came out of that. This is you. This is the child that was abused. This is the child that saw, people going in and out. This is the child that sent people doing drugs and everything. You're a product of that. I just got the revelation of that. But how you move forward in your life shows or confirms that the way you grew up makes you better or makes you bitter. Okay? And I understand when people say you're not the product of, but we really are. Because at any moment, okay, and it still goes with the switching, flipping the switch of good and evil. Because at any moment, okay, I may decide to be a good citizen in life, help people, that's had alcoholic parents, help people on drugs or whatever. Good. But honey, at any moment, the switch can flip. And I can very well go into what I know. Something could happen in your life and you may start drinking. Something could happen in your life and you may start doing drugs. It's there. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So who really knows what's good and what's evil? But don't judge the next person. You understand? Because things could switch on you real quick. So it goes into what we're about to talk about. Do you believe in karma or no? Okay. If you are a part of the Divine School of Magic, y'all probably gonna scream when I say this. Don't believe in no karma. Tiyi. Don't do it. I'm serious. Don't do it. Because there's some decisions that you're going to have to make as a spellcaster. And you're going to have to get in some people business. I didn't think that I would be saying this. And you could go love and light all day if you want to. I tried that for about a year or so. Until people need a little help along the way. So if you believe in karma, you might as well stop the video right here. Don't go another step further. Because what I'm about to reveal to you, you're going to be like, oh, shucky ducky, it's on. Because some folk need some help. I'm not doing magic just to say, oh, magical. I'm doing magic because that's what's in me. That's what my ancestors said I need to do, and that I can change the world, change my situation, change the course of things because of what I know and the power that resides in me. And there's a duality. You cannot have light without darkness. Stop all that love and light. Was it love and light that got you to where you are? It was part of it, but you had to go through some things. Was that love and light? You said, no, ma'am, that was hell. Thank goodness. Because it made you into the awesome individual you are today. And so learning that and understanding that there's a duality in all things, I feel the spirit. I can accept the bad things that happen to me, and I can accept the hellified things people did to me because it didn't stop me. It made me phenomenal and incredible. And look at me, helping people from all walks of life. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Because look at me now. All right? So let's get into it. When it comes to karma, in hoodoo, even in Wicca, whatever you're going to study, if you're an elemental witch, if you are a kitchen witch, there's different types of witches and spellcasters. You may not want to call yourself a witch. Okay, you may still be struggling with them. You know, I come across people, you're showing a witch, but they don't want, I don't want to call myself a witch. Okay, you're a witch, but if you don't want to be called a witch, we'll call you a healer, whatever. But after a while, you're going to realize you're a witch. A witch is a witch. Okay, get over it. When it comes to this, they don't believe in karma. Okay? We know that life is not fair. I just talked about that. Life is not fair. We go through things, especially, let's talk about injustices when it comes to the judicial system, when it comes to loved ones being locked up. You know, some of you may be walking through something where something was done unjustly wrong to yourself, to your child, to your loved one. And unfortunately, because of injustice, people lose their lives. People go through some hellified things. People are wounded. People are disabled because the justice system is really jacked up. We see what the cops are doing. We see what's happening in the jails and the prisons. Nobody's really safe. This is why I love Magick, because I can build a fortress. I can build an atmosphere of protection for myself, my belongings, and my family. Okay? That's why I say I'll never go back to Christianity. I just can't. I just can't, because I know too much now, and I've seen too much power being manifested right before my eyes. Okay? And so thinking about those injustices and your family members and even yourself being done wrong. Okay, we see that in relationships. You don't have to go to the courthouse to be done unjustly wrong, because it just may seem like people getting away with stuff. All right. Have you ever just faced something and be like, I wish I could handle it myself? I know we've all been there. Okay. You ever had an anger? They call it a righteous indignation, where you want to take matters into your own hand. Okay. With Magick, I am so proud to say that you can do this. Okay. That's why we don't believe in karma. Okay. And the beautiful thing about it is you don't have to go and do it yourself or commit a crime. You can do this spiritually. Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna come knocking on your door. Okay. You can go in spiritually and get this done. So we're going to talk a little bit about justice spells because it ties into believing in karma, the karmic element. All right, just because the cops are involved, the judge is involved, it doesn't mean that justice is going to be served. All right, we all want to get revenge somehow, some way. All right, and even if you do get revenge, there's a price to pay doing it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Go in spiritually. Now, I'm going to read you something, and it's gonna bless your life. Talking about spells for justice, talking about the karmic element. All right, think about this. Write this down. Invoking ancestral spirits for aid. Somebody broke your heart. Somebody broke in your house. Somebody did something to your children. Somebody did something to you. Somebody stole from you. You really want to go love and light? You can still do it in love. But something needs to be done about it, right? So you invoke your ancestral spirits to aid you in this. So when you practice hoodoo, one of the things you will quickly come to learn is the fact that we do not actively believe in karma. As you continue to grow in the craft, perhaps you will also come to see things from this point of view. Even so, because of many of our Christian roots, many are guided by strong moral and ethical beliefs. When you decide to cast the spell of justice, you are usually filled with righteous indignation. And there is no one who will understand this pain better than ancestors who share your blood and come from the same root as you. Each and every one of us has suffered some form of injustice at some point in our lives. And it is possible. And it is possible that we will not live long enough to get the justice that we deserve. Now, see, that right there should make you say, hell to the yeah. Tell me more. Not more. Tell me more. Because my ancestors were done wrong. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what race. Somebody somewhere in your bloodline was done wrong. Okay? So you invoke those spirits to aid you when you're about to handle your business. Okay? When you call upon the spirits of the ancestors for spells like these, they are most willing to aid you. Their assistance is relied on heavily for these types of spells because it helps account for that karmic element. Stay with me. In hoodoo practice, this isn't talked about in general circles, but this is what our ancestors do when they help us. If they offer their assistance with the spell you are creating, they also take up the burden that comes from dabbling in these sensitive matters. In other words, you do the magic that they help you to activate, but they deal with the consequences. So luckily, there really isn't much for you to lose. However, you must ensure that in rendering the spell, you pay proper homage to them by offering sacrifices worthy of their involvement. Every spell that you learn, every spell that we've spoken of, has a condition to be fulfilled. But with a justice spell, most of what you need to do is ensure that your ancestors are appeased. They will handle the rest. Okay, that is why you need to build an altar. Okay, I'm going to have classes on that available on the website. I suggest that if you're in the School of Magic and I put a class out there, a course out there, plug in, because I'm going to be sharing some vital information. And so this is powerful. I wouldn't share it with everybody. People may judge it. Girl, you gonna do that? That's gonna come back on you. You ain't gotta say shit. Just smile. Girl, you let me do what I do. Because your ancestors got your back. So you have to build an ancestor altar. You have to know who your ancestors are. Make sure they're the good ones that got your back. All right? And even if you had some ancestors that were bad, I just learned this, that were bad, we think is bad. They were mean, they were fight. They took on the spirit of an animal or some type of deity to operate in that form. You ever had we could talk about an ancestor that was a fighter. They would whoop ass. Okay, they was like a lion or a tiger out in the street. They took on the elements, the spirit of that animal. And so they may not have done that to you. They were just known to beat ass. And they may have been, hustlers in the street. They know how to get money. They may have been a kingpin. You know what I'm saying? May have been a queen pin. Honey, we need to utilize this energy available to us. You may call on that ancestor. Yeah, I'm telling you, I've been learning. Show me how to work this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe an ancestor that was a lawyer, crooked lawyer, know how to maneuver, call on that energy. But spirit will lead you. Build that altar, all right? And know what ancestors, first and foremost, that you're going to be working with. Okay? You got to know which ones you're going to be working with. All right? And then you got to know what they like. So, if you need their help, to whoop a little ass on this side, okay? Make sure you have their altar, and when it means appease them, you give them an offering. If their ancestor like gin, you're going to have to give them some gin. The ancestor like baked goods, you put the baked goods on there. My mama like pork rinds, and she like chitlins. I ain't gonna put mama no chitlins. She like fried chicken and ribs. She like that soul food, honey. So I will have to prepare that. And my mama like money. If anything, honey, mama always asking me for money. Okay? I was looking forward to the day I was rich, just to go and just put a big pile of money on her bed or just lay it in her lap. But I can really do it now. I send ancestor money. And something about 5,000. She always said, send me 5,000. Send me something with the fives, honey. So I sent her, I think 50,000 ancestor money. It's so much easier now, honey. She probably just shredding her stuff, honey. If I would give my mama $100 on this side, because my mama came from poverty. So $200 to $500 and $600 was a lot to her. So she loved money, honey. When she can get her little money, you give her a little extra money, you couldn't tell her nothing. She go to the thrift store, all, and now she getting 50,000, 100,000. I'm really saying this stuff. Ain't no telling what mama doing over there. But anyway, you put on that altar what they like. Okay? Make sure you feel the energy. Make sure that's all they want. They may want a drink. They may want a whole meal. They may want the ancestor money. How I would do it, if it's something big, like we're talking about, the something heavy, I will put a food that they like and burn the ancestor money. Okay? And it could be something that they like to wear. It could be jewelry. Lay it there for however long and then remove it. Once they get their portion, then maybe you can eat that meal if it's the meal for the day or whatever. Just be open. Spirit to tell you what to do when you take it off the altar. Okay. So, karma is not a concept that we think about, remember, and through practice. As long as you fulfill the conditions of the spell, remember, there's certain things that you have to do within the spell. and ensure that it is rooted and balanced. Let me highlight this here. You may come across a spell and you may want to do that spell. Maybe you're still learning, like ingredients. Remember, I tell people, even when you're cooking and you have a recipe before you, that is asking you to add that ingredient. It's not a must that you add that ingredient. You may not have that ingredient. You may be allergic to that ingredient. You customize it like you see fit for yourself. In the same way when it comes to magic. The main thing is having the intent. Make sure your intentions are right. And then there's some stuff that you will need that's going to boost that spell. But again, it's asking you. Okay? So that's the main thing when it comes to fulfilling the condition. All right? So that you can make sure it's rooted and balanced. Your intentions and all of that good stuff. So in a case where emotions might be running high, the spell might be unstable. Like I said, make sure your mind is right. Make sure you're thinking straight. Those are the main conditions. All right? So involving the help of your ancestors can help mitigate the consequences of casting an unstable spell. So again, this really has nothing to do with karma. It is more about retaining balance between good and bad, then ensuring that your intentions are aligned with the properties of the spell that you create. Now, I like the way this said, when your emotions are running high. You know, something happened really bad to your family member, you want justice, you're not going to be in your right headspace. But you know that you know, you got that righteous indignation, like, I want to tear some shit up, this ain't right. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. Your head may be a little kind of cloudy, what I need to do, whatever. But if you're working with the ancestors, they will make it clear. Okay, so it's okay to be emotional and, you know, emotions is out of whack. But just go to the ancestors and they got your back. So think about it. Vengeance is a very, very powerful emotion. And especially when it's motivated by pain. You know what I'm saying? So the stronger the pain, the higher the rage and the thirst for revenge. And so this clouds your judgment. All right? So having a clarity of mind and center focus is very important when you deliver and render your spells. So distorting with emotions can create an imbalance that will have an adverse effect. It's like cooking. You got to make sure that your salt balances with the other spices. Okay? So if something overpowers something, it's not going to be a good soup. It's not going to be a good meal. You got to put those ingredients in just right. So this does not mean that karma is serving you if something's off balance, if your spell don't come out just right. It's not karma. It's just that something was kind of off when you did the spell. Okay? So keep this in mind, all right, when you have to deal with spells of injustice. All right? So yeah, try to pull your emotions in as much as you can. I would suggest, you know, a verdict came and you do a spell that very same day. If you're angry, you're hurt, wait a few days. Okay? When your mind is a little clearer, okay, that pain is going to be there. That anger is going to be there. But you may be able to think a little clearer, you know, on day 2 or 3, and then consult with the ancestors. You can consult with the ancestors right when it happened. But they'll give you instructions. For real, for real. But if you are new to this, you know, sit with it, talk to the ancestors, and then perform the spell within 24 to 48 hours. Okay? Because you want it to start working immediately. All right. So that's what I wanted to say when it comes to the karmic element. Please, please keep that. That's like something you would tuck in your treasure box. I wouldn't just go, oh yeah, I believe in karma. Just keep it. You ain't gotta make it an announcement. because people are going to judge you anyway. And you'll get to the point where a lot of your spell work is private. And so that's what hoodoo is about. It was a combination of Christianity, because we use the Bible for magic and stuff like that, and what our ancestors had brought over here. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that throughout the years that some of our stuff probably got, when it came to African witches and stuff, I believe that some of our stuff got watered down. Okay, but some things were still held tightly. The stories were passed down, some stuff was just still powerful. So we just added what we learned in Christianity, here in the States, and put it what we had left and made something powerful that we use today. And so as time went along, I believe that African spirituality began to reemerge. When we were released as slaves physically, although I still feel like, we are experiencing somewhat of slavery when it comes to melanated people. That's my opinion. You may think differently, but I just believe that spirit has a way of taking us through the processes and helping us to hold on to those key things so that we can continue practicing our magic and getting the results that we desire. And so this takes us into customized spell work. When it comes to your spell work, get books. Again, I say that's just a book that's asking you to put a little bit of paprika, to put half a tablespoon of garlic. You may not want the garlic, or you may want a little more garlic. You know what I'm saying? It's asking you. And so when you get good, and you may say, well, I'm not comfortable with doing my own customized spell work. Cool. It's cool. All right. Do some simple things. Do some love spells with a self-love spell. Okay. You may not be comfortable doing love spells. You're still trying to understand. Keep reading. Keep studying. Ask me questions. We have a Facebook group. You can, those of you that have my number, message me, text me. I got you. But work with simple ingredients like lavender and rose petals and rosemary and things like that you can get a hold of, or things that's already in your cabinet like salt and pepper and cinnamon and nutmeg and cumin and things like that. Do spells with that. Okay. And so as you get a feel for it, it just kind of comes. And then after a while, I guarantee, okay, 10 times out of 10, you get the dibbling and dabbling, spirit gonna start telling you how to customize your own spells. And before you know it, sir, ma'am, king, queen, you gonna be bad to the bone doing your own spell work. I had to pause and feel that. Trust the process. Okay? Trust the process. And I always encourage people getting into this lifestyle. When spirit tells you to buy something, buy something. You may not understand it. Spirit may say, buy some pepper in the store today and bless it. Buy some salt, some sea salt in the dollar store today and bless it. That's not for your kitchen. That's for your... And let me tell you something. How you know it's spirit? You have the money. You have the money. You may not know what to do with it at the time, but you'll have the money. I got a ton of stuff here. Okay? I started buying on Amazon. I remember the first time I bought a witchcraft kit. Honey, I could have threw up. I told y'all the first time I started studying witchcraft, honey, that religion and tradition in me did not like it. I was on there like this. I'm about to get a witchcraft kit. Honey, I just, That thought in the back of my head had me thinking, you're going to hell, most definitely, with gasoline drawers on. Okay, soon as this box come, devils are gonna get you. I mean, all types of shit. But I fought through it, y'all. I fought through it because I know my ancestors called me to this, and honey, I gotta. Even if I die, I'ma die trying. I had to be obedient to the call. They called me. They came for me. There wasn't me. There wasn't no me compromising with the elder of the Mongol tribe. You think that man is in the high rank? You think I go back in my dream and say, I ain't gonna, hell no. He came for me. It wasn't Jesus that came for me. It wasn't Buddha that came for me. It was the elder of the Mongol tribe. And he said, he gonna teach me to be a Mongol witch. Ain't no going back after that. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know nothing about no Mongol tribe. I am a melanated woman. What I look like? Telling my ancestors, I'm not doing that. Christianity was handed to me. That's not who I am. That's not who you are. Or whatever religion you come out of. You may be Native American, okay? You may be European with some, Native American traits. It's different. It's a whole. You may be Jamaican and you may have Caribbean roots, baby. It's gonna be a whole lot of y'all that watch this. I'm talking to every culture, every area. If you're here doing this school, I'm speaking to you. Your skin may look whiter than white. Okay? This is deep what I'm about to say. And spirit may come forward and say, you need to be a hoodoo practitioner. But what they tell you out there, you ain't supposed to practice it. You white. Nobody knows your root. You know your root. My skin may look white. It's black people that look white. And they're hoodoo practitioners. Because maybe their grandmother or great-great-great-grandmother was raped. Come on. Spirit knows better than we know. I know I'm talking right because I feel it in the room. So shake that shit off. Don't worry about what people say. This is your practice. This is your life. This is your bloodline running through your veins. It's not a closed practice. It's not. I learned that too. You practice what spirit tell you to practice. You do your magic how spirit tell you to do your magic. And don't listen to people. I went on websites and they said, if you're not African American, you can't do hoodoo. What? What if I'm just African? You know what I'm saying? Yo, don't do that. Don't do that. And so I learned this when I'm telling you from people that's been practicing a long time. They're like, no, that shit don't matter. They didn't say that, but I'm saying it. That shit don't matter. You go and flow where spirit is taking you. Okay? So that's how you customize your spell work. I'm going to show you a few of my books and we're done. I really enjoyed this. This was good, right? Talk to me under the video. I sound like I know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. I've been studying. I really love this. Okay, this was my first witchy book. When I went to pick this out, I was about to throw up too. When I got it, I was like this. Yo, I am serious. I am not making this up. I am like this in real life. Ask my friends. That was one of my books. I was like, oh my God. Look. I'm going to tell y'all. I was trying to pick out what kind of witch I am. I put my little star right there. Traditional witch. Traditional witches form a larger group with many subgroups, sometimes with ties to Wicca. I'm like, what the hell is a Wicca? They often have roots that date back many centuries. In this category, you'll often find ceremony, folk, hoodoo, hereditary, Celtic, and other pagan paths. You must be initiated into some of these paths or follow specific rules. Now, it tells you all types of witches in this book. This book is really good. If you don't have a witchy book or you want your first spell book, this is your go-to. Amazon, baby. Okay? And this is by Ambrosia Hawthorne. Just want you to get a good look at it. Okay, so I made friends with a melanated man, and he is a voodoo priest. He has Haitian in his bloodline. And so I connected with him, and he said he was going to teach me. And I was like, how are you going to teach me? You know, I don't have that in my bloodline that I know of. You know, I'm thinking voodoo is a closed practice, that you had to be Haitian or something else or whatever. He was like, mm-mm. He said, some people are just born, what I told you, with this in them, and spirit wants them to do this. He said, I'm going to teach you everything, and I want you to study everything because you need to know. You talking about flying like an eagle in the spirit? Y'all, I'm going to be something to reckon with. Y'all going to be something to reckon with. Take this information. Don't just take people's word for it. Don't even just take my word for it. Sit with spirit. Talk to your spirit team. Talk to your spirit guide. Talk to your ancestors. You cannot go wrong. And if you're still learning how to hear them, light a candle. Put on some music. Or just sit there. Or write it down. You can write it down and burn it. If you're still not clear on how to hear them. This is really good. Write it down. Who is my ancestors? And burn it. Then go on about your day. Go on about your week. I guarantee you're going to get that answer. How do I practice? Do I practice hoodoo or voodoo? Am I a witch? Honey, write it. I guarantee. Write it. Light a white candle and burn it. Let that candle burn all the way down. Okay, if it's a quick spell, use a tea light. If it's really quick, use a birthday candle. If you got a little time, use a chime candle. But write down your question and burn it. And wait, just wait for it. Because the answer's coming. You can bet your bottom dollar the ancestors gonna speak. You can bet your bottom dollar gonna get you on your feet. Work that magic, work it. Work that magic, work it. I just made that up. Okay? And so that's it. Week number 6. Attracting and banishing. Let me know how you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think about the justice spell, the karmic element, customizing your spell work. If you have any questions, please post that down below and I will answer you. So thank you for attending week number 6. We are moving on up. We're still moving up like the Jeffersons. Thank y'all for being a part. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Let's close out. Oh, wait a minute. I need to give y'all a reading. Let me do a quick reading. I'm going to use my fortune telling oracle cards. So some of you can get an idea what types of divination that you need to look into. This may be confirmation or maybe something you never heard of before. These cards are huge. Okay. As a matter of fact, Spirit want me to draw from another deck as well. Okay? Wait. Okay. Got our first card. Second card. I know that one's for me. Because I've really been looking at that. I'm like, that seems interesting. I'm going to tell you why. Honey, I think the whole deck trying to jump out at us. Okay, here we go. The first thing that came out is clairvoyance. Okay? Clairvoyance. And let me tell you a little bit about clairvoyance. The term clairvoyance comes from the French words clair, which means clear, and voyance, which means vision, and directly translates to clear vision. While the term comes from France, the practice of clairvoyance has been reported throughout history. The ancient Hindus called clairvoyants siddhis who could see into the future through meditation and discipline. Historical figures such as Joan of Arc and Nostradamus claim to have had psychic visions. Clairvoyants have also been referred to by other names such as seers, shamans, oracles, psychics, and prophets. If you're here um, with me, you're definitely a prophet. I raised up prophets when I was in the church. I don't think that's changed. You definitely have this gift. If you've been drawn to me and you go to this school, you're definitely a prophet, no doubt. Okay? So clairvoyance experiments were reported in 1884 by Charles Richet. If y'all want to look him up, last name Richet, a French psychologist with an interest in the paranormal, who used playing cards with symbols on them. He would show patients the back of a card and ask them to guess what symbol was depicted on the front. Today, clairvoyants still walk among us, often using tools such as tarot. Okay, now that you see how it narrows it down. If you're a prophet, if you're a seer, if you're psychic, if things come to you in dreams, things come to you in vision, you know you have this gift. So some of the tools that you can work with is tarot, runes, runes, and other forms of divination to see into the future. Okay? Okay. Palmistry. Okay, we're going to talk about the history of palmistry. This is something that I know Spirit wants me to do. This lady, about a year or two ago, I was at the nail salon, and she read my palms. And she told me about my life and how the lines tell a story. And it's like, that's before I start reading tarot cards. It's like Spirit put that in me. So now I'm going to get a hand. You can get it off of Amazon and the book. And I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn everything, y'all. I'm going to learn everything just because I can. All right? While its origins are uncertain, palmistry is believed to have started in ancient India with roots in Vedic astrology. It then spread to China, Tibet, Persia, Egypt, and Greece. The Greek philosopher Aristotle introduced palmistry to Alexander the Great, who then used this newfound skill to judge the character of his officers. Aristotle once said, "Lines are not written into the human hand without reason." Okay, sir. Palmistry was outlawed. It was outlawed through the Middle Ages and later during the reign of King Henry VIII. Is that King Henry the Eighth? It was compared to devil worship. However, a form of palmistry was still practiced by witch hunters during this time. They would interpret the marks on a person's hand, good God Almighty, to determine collusion with the devil. Palmistry had a revival in the 19th century when Victorian society's interest in the occult grew. Today, palmistry, along with tarot and astrology, is one of the most popular forms of divination. That's some good stuff, ain't it, y'all? I know y'all like, ooh, this is good. I know it. I know it. Fire scrying. Everybody want to call me while I'm trying to work here. Fire scrying. Fire scrying, also known as pyromancy, is one of the most ancient forms of scrying. Unlike smoke scrying, you are looking into the flames rather than the smoke. Ooh. All right. Scrying. Okay, there's different types of scrying. I have crystal ball scrying. Okay. It's mirror scrying. So I have a mirror here that I gotta learn. Oh, telling you. Spirit is not playing with me. Okay, so look up scrying. All right. So you're looking into the flames rather than the smoke. The movement of the flames can provide messages. This can be done using candles, a bonfire, or flames in a fireplace, similar to smoke scrying. You must observe fire safety with this method at all times. Remember not to strain your eyes by looking at the flames for too long. Take care of yourself. So this is how you would read the flames. Dancing flame implies strong, raw emotions and deceitful behavior. Flame goes out. Your desire is out of reach. Multiple flames when burning a single candle. Someone wants to work with you. Popping, sizzling, or hissing sound. The spirits are trying to get your attention. Listen up. Steady and strong flame. You'll receive what you desire quickly. I have two candles over here as we are speaking. I have one for my romantic life and my finances. And the flames are strong and steady. It's a 7-day candles. Okay, I feel really good about this burning. All right. Wavering flame. Traveling is a strong theme in the year ahead. Weak flame. Negative influences are present in your life. Okay. And that's, I would say, main thing, but sometimes spirit may tell you that the flame is doing something different. Okay. So don't limit yourself to that. So we have clairvoyance in the midst of us, scrying, and palmistry. So whichever one of those stood out to you, talk to me below and let me know how you're going to get started. Always know anything you need to know, YouTube University, and also get your book. And I'm here if you have any questions. And also if you are looking to get into some type of divination and you need somebody to practice with, we are in the beginning stages of Divine School of Magic. Hopefully, I'll be available to you for a while. But even years down the line, you watch this video and we're big and huge, you can still say, I want to find somebody to practice with. I can pair you with another student so you can practice doing your divination. Okay? So that's great. Oh, that's good. That's good. Week number 6. Woo woo. We're doing it. We are doing it. Congratulations. You just completed week number 6, attracting and banishing. I feel like this is really going to catapult you to where you need to be. Okay, as a spellcaster, as a healer, as a practitioner, it's going to really put you where you desire to be. This was a powerful class, and I'm just so excited that I was able to share this with you, and I'm looking forward to you growing and seeing the results of putting this information into action. Okay? So I will see you next week. We're going to close out. I just pray that all of you will continue to just evolve, expand, grow, mature, become confident. All right? And most of all, that you'll be led to a place where you can really help and heal people. And you may not want to do this for a side hustle or a job or whatever. You may just want to do this for yourself and to be a blessing to your family. But whatever you decide to do with it, don't allow it just to sit there dormant. Utilize it in some way. Okay? All right. Close out. Thank you, Spirit, for what we have obtained in this class. Continue to lead and guide us into all truth. Ashe.